This shot from the movie Sinners features two Michael B. Jordans fighting each other. Of course, there's only one Michael B. Jordan, so how did they get a shot like this? To understand, let's break this shot down and show you how a typical Hollywood movie would get twins in their movies. The easiest way to get a twin, apart from having one, is to put a camera on a tripod. Make the actor act on one side of the camera, cut, move the actor on the other side of the camera, and record. The reason that this is the easiest method is that in post, all you have to do is cut one side of the video, or cut the actor out, and put the cut out video on top of the other. And there you go, you have a twin. You could also do this with a green screen if you couldn't get the shot that day, but you have to remember the exact lighting and the camera setup you had. The major downfall of this shot is that it only works if the camera is stationary. If there's any camera movement at all, the whole shot is ruined, even if it's a small shake. So how can we move our camera? Well, that's where a second shot comes in. If we can somehow move our camera exactly the same way over and over again, we can still use the method from the first shot, and we do have that ability. We have motorized dollies, arms, and jibs, all of which are tools that give us more control over how we move our camera, allowing us to repeat the same camera movements hundreds of times, and also allowing us to use the same method as we did for the tripod shot. This isn't really anything new. You can go back to the Future and see this exact method being used. And there were some amazing shots made using the VistaGlide. I mean, these shots were made in the 1980s and the 1990s, and they still look great today. But in these kinds of shots featuring twins, you rarely see any real physical interaction. And we also never see the camera going handheld. We only see the camera stationary or being used on a dolly. So let's solve these issues by getting into our third shot. And our third shot is where things get a lot more complex. Because right now, if we try to make our twins interact, like let's say playing catch, we'd have the issue where the twin can't catch the ball, let alone react to what the twin does. So how do we deal with that? We can do two things to help out our actor. We can give them an earpiece to hear the previous take, or to hear the director give instructions on what to do and when to do it. And the second thing that we can do to help our twin is give them some sort of cue to help them find where to look. This can be something as simple as a tennis ball or having a stunt double if we have a moving shot. Of course, if our camera is tracked, the double can be easily cut out. Having a stunt double in the first place can be really helpful with the whole entire process. That actually takes us perfectly into how we can interact with our twin. Again, let's try to play catch with our twin. We can play catch with them in two ways. We can cheat it and not have any VFX by only shooting the back of the stunt double in the front of the actor. You can cheat almost any shot this way, shaking hands, passing something, or even fighting. But if we want a wide shot and don't want to be limited in any way, we'll have to use some sort of VFX or some sort of AI for that, especially for the more complex shots that can't be acted out the same way repeatedly. And just because it's AI, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy. We'll talk more about that in just a second. The important thing is that we need to have our stunt double and actor rehearse almost exactly what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. Since the stunt double is going to be cut out, we need our actor to do the same exact movements that the stunt double did. They won't get it right every time, but that's where the VFX team will take over. The way this was done in the past was by having a 3D model of the twin's face placed onto the stunt double. That way, the stunt double and the actor don't have to switch places for every shot. They can just have one take and not worry about getting every little movement right. And that worked really well. It was a bit strenuous, but it worked. Movies now are moving more towards deepfakes, where an AI can learn a face really well by having a bunch of images of the actors. The AI can spit out an image that can be put on top of our stunt double's face. For this process, you just need a lot of reference for both of the actors. In the movie Sinners, they had them do a bunch of faces at the locations of the shoot with proper lighting so that the VFX team had better references for each actor. You can also use this technique to de-age characters, like they did in the movie Irishman. But we'll keep that for another video. With these AIs, we're able to have our characters interact and move the camera in any way that we like, without really having to worry about the camera being nudged at all. We can just go completely handheld. So those are the three ways we can have twins in our shots. Now, of course, I only covered a tiny portion of what these editors do, but I hope it gives you some sort of idea. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave a like. It helps. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.